Yeah, what's good, shooter crew? What's good, smooth gang? You already know what it is when you see my face up on the screen, right? It's that story time for that ass. It's your boy Smooth One, aka the shooter, and I'm in the building with y'all today. So let's get into it like this. Yo, salute to all the smooth gang shooter crew. That last story time video I went with, Wild Night in the Hood, y'all really showed up and showed out for that video. Appreciate y'all. Almost 100 views on that video right there. I asked for 1,000. We got close. Almost 800. I mean, I think it's like 770 right now. Yeah, y'all did your thing for it. But yeah, keep doing your thing. Running them likes up. Tell a friend to come through and be part of that smooth gang shooter crew. Know what I mean? Hit that like button. Hit that sub button. Hit that noti bell to all. That way you always know when the shooter's in the building. Let's get into it though. This right here is a mixed blunt. Know what I mean? All different types of flavors in here. Like three different types of buds in here. We got Obama Runts. We got some motherfucking Skittles in here. And we got some Gorilla Butter. So let's get into the story time. Yes, sir. But yo, like I always tell y'all, don't follow in my footsteps. Know what I mean? It's not a good life for y'all. It wasn't a good life for me, but I'm still here. I'm blessed. Know what I mean? I'm here for a reason. And I have to tell my story to y'all. You know? So sit back, relax, and enjoy the company of the smooth one. Let's get into the story. Like, it should have in place back in, I think it was like about 2008, 2009, around that time. I had met this chick one time off of Facebook, and went to go pull up on this chick and shit, right? She was a baddie, you know what I mean? But she was real grimy with it, you know what I mean? So boom, met the chick. I was talking to her a couple of days on the phone, passes the message, text messages back and forth and shit like that. So she's like, "What you doing the weekend?" And I hit her with the famous line I used to use back in the day: "You if you let me," right? And she's like, "Well, shit, pull up." Cool. So I go ask my nephew, "Let me use your car. I'll fill your gas tank up and all that." He's like, "All right, cool." So I'm using this car, and I get on the phone with Shorty like, "Yo, where you want me to pick you up from?" She's like, "I'm at the tattoo spot right now." I said, "How long you gonna be?" She's like, "About another 20 minutes." I said, "So which one you at?" So I think she told me the one on South Orange Avenue somewhere, or that shit was in Irvington. One of the two spots. I know I just went to go pick her up from the spot, right? Boom, little brown skin, nice little slim thick chick. Know what I mean? Boom. So she jumps in the ride, gives me a little hug and shit. Know what I mean? We pulls off. Conversation in the car, we be talking and shit. So boom. I'm like, all right, bet. We driving. I go to a spot to go chill for a minute, right? Go to the spot, go chill. Boom. Went over here by this park by my house. Over there on Springdale and shit. Went to go chill over there and shit, right? Boom. Over there we burning down. Bones. Kicking it. Now, I had like about this much weed in my pocket. Now, we don't smoke like 2 blunts in the car. Car smelled like hella weed. Had the window down, but the car still hella smoked out. So, boom. We driving across Glenwood. We riding across Glenwood and shit. It's a light at the corner of Park Avenue, Glenwood right there. So, boom. It's a cop at the light just sitting there. Now, we got the light to go across, but he just sitting there. So, I drive through. So, I drive down to Washington. Go through the light and shit. Oh, I look in the rear view and I see this motherfucker coming. So I'm like, what the fuck? So he coming. So I'm driving. I switch lanes to let him car past me. He dips in the lane behind me, so I move out this way again. So I get to Main Street in Harrison right there. So right in front of me is the bank and all that shit. So I'm looking in the rear view like, why the nigga behind me? I ain't did shit. Not knowing that this nigga car was like, I don't think it had insurance or it was registered or something. Something about the insurance or some shit like that. But me, my dumb ass, I left my fucking license in the crib. So I'm like, oh shit. I got weed on me. We just ready smoking. This nigga pulling me over. What the fuck happened? So I'm about to tell this nigga I'm on my way home. I forgot my license at the crib. I was gonna shoot nephew name and all that shit. Boom. So I don't know how the fuck this dude, they was smelling weed and we had all four windows. I had all four windows down. So they talking to me and shit. They the guy sit still. I'm sitting there, right? They going outside the shorty and shit. Like we smell weed in the car. Like, where the weed at? She like, we just smoked the shit. She like, I just smoked it. Like, yeah. So we can search the car. She's like, that's not my car. You telling me I can search? Y'all can search the car. So he was like, is weed in the car? Like, nah, we just smoked this shit. We on the way to go get something to eat. Then go back to my crib and shit. Know what I mean? He was like, he said something to shorty, and he walked into the back of the car. So while they walked her back to the car, I took the weed out my pocket and tried to eat that shit. I'm any other time I tried this shit, it was no problem. But I guess that it was a big ass nug. I'm chewing and chewing and chewing. And this shit wouldn't go down. Like, no homo, this shit wouldn't go down. I'm trying to swallow, pause. I'm trying to put this shit down. This shit not going nowhere. So I'm like, so it just feel like a bunch of, like, you ever ate a bunch of sunflower seeds and didn't spit the shell out and you just crunched the shell and shit? That's what it felt like in my mouth, like. And I'm trying to force this shit to come down. And in the process of me doing this shit, the fucking police walk back up on my door. What you doing? I'm like, what? So what you doing? And he's like, oh, that's what you doing. Get out the car. The shit hit him in his face, like, boom. He's like, oh, that's what you doing. Spit that shit out. I'm like, spit what out? I'm chewing some gum. He's like, nah, bro. That's weed gum? So I'm like, oh, fuck. So I wipe my mouth. He's like, I spit it out. I'm questioning you don't want to go to jail for this bullshit. So I spit it out. He's like, that little bit of ass shit? You want to go to jail for that shit? I'm like, nah. So he must have ran my name and shit. And I had a fucked up bullshit ass warrant. So I ended up getting locked up. They let Shorty go because she told on me, said I had the weed on me and shit. He's like, we know you got it on you, where it's at? And when I was chewing this shit, he was like, open your mouth. He's like, spit that shit out, bro. You don't want to go to jail for that shit. You just write you a fucking ticket for not having a license on you. Just all. Fuck. And you gonna make it all bad for you because what the fuck are you eating in your mouth? Get the fuck out the car. I got out the car and I'm standing. He talking to me. He's like, man, you want to go to jail for this petty shit? Like, nah, bro. He's like, why you just say you had a little bullshit ass weed on you? Trying to tell you to eat the shit. Like, yeah, I know. Bad shit, bad shit. So he was like, you crazy. Like, yeah, I know. So his partner came back and was like, yo, cuff him. Like, for what? Man, you got a warrant or something, bro. Gotta bring you in. So what I'm gonna do with the car? Like, we're gonna put it in the car. I'm put it in the parking lot right there. They let Shorty walk because she thought I had the weed on me. They locked me up because I had a bullshit ass warrant. Put the car in the motherfucking parking lot and locked me the fuck up. I'm like, oh, this some bullshit here. Yo, get to the precinct, right? These motherfuckers tell me, oh, you got a failure to appear in court for a ticket. A fucking ticket? What ticket is this? I'm like, ticket? What kind of ticket? It was like, failure to present documents. I'm like, oh shit, that's so old. He's like, and $2,500. You can bail out with that and you can watch your bid and cut you loose. Make your phone call. So I made the phone call and shit, blah, 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 blah. Sis came and bailed me the fuck out, right? Now, here's the thing. She curses me the fuck out. We get back to the crib. She cursed my nephew up for letting me use the motherfucking car and get pulled over and get locked up. But he was like, it's not really his fault because my shit wasn't right and I ain't think about the shit and still told him to go ahead. I was like, oh, so something wasn't right with the car. That's why he pulled me. He's like, yeah, I got to tell you. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? What's wrong? He said something about insurance or some shit, registration or some shit. He's like, yeah. Like, I ain't paid that motherfucker. What's the name? Like, oh, man, I'm getting locked up for you now. I got to call a shorty back. I'm calling shorty. She's like, I don't want to talk. You almost got me locked the fuck up with the weed and shit. Bitch, you told on me. You know what I mean? What the fuck you mean? I almost got you locked up. You driving around with no license on you and shit. They trying to, and you was dirty. Bitch, you told on me. You told him I had the weed and you could have just said nothing. We smoked the weed like you said. We done with it. Nah, she won. I'm in the back of the cop car. We riding by. She walking with. She got to walk now. I don't know where the fuck she lived at, but she got to walk back from East Orange and Main Street, right there on Lincoln, because they put us over there right in front of the motherfucking RNS, the old RNS shit, and they put us over right there. So she had to walk from RNS, the old RNS, back to where the fuck she had to go, because I don't know if she had bread on her or whatever, but she was walking down the street looking cold as fuck, because it wasn't summertime. You know what I mean? Called the ass. She's like, I was talk. You almost got me locked up. You full of shit. You should have told her that you just had it. We would have got away with this shit. Like, bitch, I'd have still got locked up if I told him shit. Only reason why I got locked up because I had a fucking warrant, you dumbass bitch. I cursed her the fuck out. Know what I mean? Hung up on her. Why my man around the corner end up smashing the chick? Because I told the chick about her, you know what I mean? Told him about the chick and shit. He like, yo, put me down. I don't give a fuck. Gave him nothing, anything. I was supposed to smash that Friday. End up getting locked the fuck up. I mean, that Thursday. End up getting locked the fuck up because on Friday you can't bail out. So I got locked up that Thursday. I bailed out that Friday morning. Yo, she fucking trying to end me right there. Over fucking, I only had like a dub left. And she just tried to end me over a dub. But come to find out, ain't even worried about the fucking bud. They was worried about that I had a fucking warrant or not. You know what I mean? And that shit came back, boom, fake it to a pit. God damn it, for what? Oh, old ticket, bro. What are you doing? I'm like, oh man. Get locked up for the ticket and shit. Bail out the next day. Get home. Call that bro. She acting funny. Late on that night, my man slid on her. She came through. He clapped her cheeks. He called me that Saturday. Yo, come around the corner. I went around the corner to his crib. He like, yo, remember this? I'm like, yeah. He's like, she just left. Like, she just left. She like, yeah, look on the block. So I'm looking on the block and I see her walking. So I'm like, all right, bet. I run back around the corner, get the car, and I slide on her. I ain't say nothing to it, just had the music bumping. And as I'm riding up on her, she at the corner about to cross the street. So I ride up on her and I'm looking at her. She looked and she straight stopped. And she was just like, I just nodded my head and pulled off on her. I went around the block, came back and put the car up. You know what I mean? She hit my phone as soon as I got back in the crib, like, but that you just rock? Yeah, that was me. You looked me dead on my face. You knew who it was. She like, come back and get me. Oh, come back and get you? You said you wasn't fucking with me. She's like, no, I was just mad because I could have got locked up. Know what I mean? Like, you didn't? So what's up? She's like, come back and get me. Nah, come to my house. So she turned around and she came back. So I'm walking back out. And Chip is still in front of his house. So I walk up on my man. I cop something. And she walking up and she stopped. And she see both of us. And we looking at her. And we look at each other and start smiling and shit. He's like, what's up? I said, ain't no fun if the homie can't get nothing right. He's like, word. She fresh. She jumped out my shower and got dressed. Well, like, I ain't no doubt. Know what I mean? So I walked up on her. So I'm just looking at her and shit. She's like, yo, my bad. Know what I mean? They kind of put the pressure on me a little bit. I said, they ain't put no pressure on you, know what I mean? They asked you a couple of times and you told them, like, yeah, he had the blood on him and shit like that. They ain't apply no pressure to you, know what I mean? You just kind of folded under pressure, like, you wasn't trying to go to jail. And like, not over your shit that wasn't yours, right? I understand. I respect that. But, man, you ain't have to say I had the shit on me. You could have just said, I don't know. We only smoked what he pulled out. I don't know if he got any more. That's it. You know what I mean? You tried, though. Look, we get back to the crib. She apologized when we got back in front of my house. She's like, I'm truly sorry. I ain't mean for it to happen like that. How can I make it up to you? I said, you about to make it up to me anyway. Come on. So we go in the crib and we go down to my room and shit. Hit the TV. I'm watching TV and shit. I get up and go to the bathroom, come back. Shorty done came up out her shit. Laying across the motherfucking bed. Well, that's what type of time you on? She was like, what's up? This was supposed to happen when I seen you, but unfortunately things didn't work out that way for that night, so what's up? Shit. Grabbed the condoms, strapped him up, and jumped right in. Like, trash that shit. Know what I mean? After I trashed that shit, bathroom over there, shower right there if you want to jump in the shower, whatever. Boom. She did what she had to do. I went in the bathroom while she was in the shower. I cleaned myself up. She came out the shower. She was like, you gonna drop me off? I don't got the car right now. She like, you just had it. That was my nephew's car. I told you. She like, oh yeah, that's right. She like, all right, well, I'm gonna call you when I get to the crib. It's like, all right, bet. So I was like, you got bread on you? She's like, yeah. I said, so why don't you just call it you a cab? She's like, I'm gonna jump off the bus. All right, bet. So I walked her out, walked her to the corner. She gave me a hug. She kissed me on my cheek, and she's like, I'm gonna call you. All right, bet, no doubt. Skated off. While back to the crib, grabbed the blunt, I rolled up, came back outside, hit my man up. Yo, come back outside. He's like, I'm still in front of the house. He's like, I see her walking up the street. So I walked back over there with him. And I burned the blunt down. He's like, yo, you trashed that shit, right? Of course. She wanted to make up for the Thursday night when I got picked up and she snitched on me and shit. She's like, you, that was you she was telling me about? I was like, what she told you? She like, she was with some nut ass nigga and They was riding around smoking this shit and then get pulled over here and license on them and shit. That was you? I'm like, yeah, that was me. She told me all about that shit. And she said she ain't want to get locked up. So she's like, I don't know where the weed at. Check him. He the one that brought it. You know what I mean? We was smoking. I ain't had no weed. He had the weed. I'm like, wow. I'm like, yeah. So she really did snitch on me, but they ain't locked me up for that bullshit though. I ate that shit or tried to. We started laughing about that shit. He's like, yo, she crazy, but the bitch is a straight slut. She suck it up for a nut. Know what I mean? I'm like, wow. So we finished burning down and shit. I picked the nigga up and I went back in the crib. So I'm gonna holler at you later and shit. So I go back to the crib. My phone got like 3 missed calls and a text message and shit. And shorty and shit. She's like, when can I see you again? Blah, blah, blah. Ah, man, I don't want to talk to him. I got what I wanted. Try to play me and snitch on me and shit. I'm done. I got my shit. I'm out. I ain't never text her back. You know what I mean? I ain't never call her. She called me for like 2 more days after that. And then I guess she put the picture and she's like, fuck it. I seen her with my man one more time after that shit around the corner. He tracked her one more time and he kicked her to the curb. He like, I can't deal with the snitch part, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna clap her cheeks one more time and she called me. So I guess she must have called him and he clapped her one more time. I seen her walk up the street to the bus stop on the Scotland Road and shit. So, boy, the shit was crazy. But yo, it's your boy Smooth 152, aka the Shooter. And I appreciate all y'all for coming through watching these vids. But tell a friend to come through and become part of the Smooth gang. Hit that sub bell, that noti bell or all, and you already know what the deal is. Until next time, it's your boy, the Shooter, and I'm gone.